Welcome, dear friends that I don't even know yet. I invite you to welcome your breath. Breathing in, know you're breathing in. Welcome your body with your breath. What's going on? What are the body's sensations? What positions are you putting your body in that are either strengthening your feelings or changing them in some way? Like when we put our body in a crunched up position, we tend to be more closed and protective. Opening our chest up, we tend to be more open and receptive. So notice where your body is, notice where you want to be. And keep coming back to your breath in this moment. What are your needs? What are you grateful for? Grateful for any needs met or unmet. Breathe into that. And we're going to start with a little bit of gratitude for our fortitude, particularly our fortitude. People were like, could you have a little less fortitude, please? No, we're going to start with our own, and that giving ourselves like a pat on the back is like, oh, honey, you have hung in there. So kind of hold yourself in a way that, and this is a body position that can help come back to ourselves, come back to, as long as we're open. I mean, this is very, very different than like this crushed, like leaned over like that. And if you're crushed and leaned over, by all means, honor that. And try to open your chest, and you can put your arms around you in a hug. Maybe you can stroke your hair. Pretend like you're fixing your hair in Zoom, but you're just like giving yourself oh, I'm so grateful for your fortitude, your strength, your hanging in there and just going another day when it's really hard. When the people around us are really needy, and we're really needy, but we don't have time to be needy. That's a time to be really grateful for your fortitude. That you can like, oh, gosh, I'm so glad that I can hang in there. And acknowledging when it's like, it's time to not hang in there and step back and take care of myself. And in this moment, I can be super feel super grateful for being able to be there for myself when others seem unavailable. And how lonely that can feel. So try putting your arms up like this and say, sometimes just feeling this like stroking the shoulder, kind of this sense of like you can squeeze yourself from the outside. A sense of somebody is there for you, even when that somebody is just you. Stay with your breath. Stay with this gratitude that we hang in there. We hang in there when things are really hard. When we're able to not give up, even when things really suck. That's what a pat on the back feels like. You might feel awkward doing that. But allow yourself to be bathed with this sense of accompanying yourself. so incredibly lonely when we're out there having the perception we're slugging through all of this alone. That lonely feeling of like, oh, so many people need me and there's no one for me. So many people need my support. And I'm so glad that I could hang in there. I'm so glad that at times I can actually have the presence to take a break and have fun and take care of myself. And when I can't do that, when I'm able to be there for my beloveds, even when I'm scared, even when I feel lonely, I want to acknowledge that. I may not get a lot of acknowledgement for things like that in my life, but I want to be able to be there for myself. When it looks like my chips are down and I'm struggling. So as we keep on coming back to our breath, coming back to this moment, think of our loved ones now, the ones that aren't clawing for attention. Sorry for that evaluation there. The ones that have more needs than I can take care of in this moment. And wish for them fortitude. God, I wish they could have this sense of strength when it's hard, right? I wish they could have this sense of, okay, I can do this for 8 hours until Barbara's back. I'm smiling at myself because I drew that boundary the other night. I said, I'm happy to be there for you, but not 24 hours a day. I drew that boundary. I said, between 9 at night and 5 in the morning, I don't want to hear any expressions. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know if you could hear that. There was a crane in the background squawking. I just for 8 hours, I want to sleep, and I'm not going to respond to your pleas for help. And they heard me. They're like, oh, okay, and before they were screaming all night long. And I felt bad for them, but it's like, 8 hours, you gotta just let me sleep so I can be there for you in the morning. And they really heard me. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And being gratitude for my fortitude for the rest of the time and for their fortitude. We're giving our loved ones the blessing of fortitude that they could for 8 hours take care of themselves. They could okay, for 8 hours, I'll not scream in pain. The poor guy, right? Poor guy. And thank you for your fortitude for 8 hours. I need to sleep. So the blessing of fortitude that our loved ones have, in giving them that blessing. I really hope that you can be strong for just 8 hours. You can do it. It's amazing. And, even neutral people that I see in my life, who am I going to see neutral today? Who knows? I don't know. The neutral people I don't even know about that I'll see today. Maybe they have the strength to get through their day before they collapse. May they have the strength to persevere and get through it. And then as we extend that blessing out to, who knows, the strength that the people that we find challenging, the people that we don't love yet, God knows there's one or two of those. And Yeah, somehow I don't even know what they're struggling through, but they have the fortitude to do it, and then the blessing of of, like, setting down the fortitude and getting some sleep. And may all beings benefit from our practice. Being able to persevere, to soldier through, another violent English expression. We've got a ton of them in the English language. We able to have the strength to do what we can do, and also the wisdom to take a break when we need to. May all beings benefit from our practice. Big hug. Love you all. Thanks for listening. Mwah.